There was one piece of content that went so viral, got like 300K view and probably got us like K dollars in revenue. And we ended up paying the free content creator. He posted it for free. Like he didn't know it was gonna go viral either. So we paid them afterwards to show our gratitude because like it was.
Welcome to the Rookie SDR Show, where we talk to leaders within the tech industry who are making an impact. Here's your host, Franklin Albanus.
Hello everybody, welcome to the new season of the Rookie SDR Show. I have an amazing guest, Lan, and she is the founder of Assembo. Welcome to the show. Where are you joining us from?
Thanks so much for inviting me. I'm actually joining from China, Shenzhen specifically, if you ever heard of the city.
I definitely need to visit. You're based in China at the moment. You moved to the US, so you go back and forth. Walk us through how you started your career and what you're currently doing now.
I'm from China and I'm still living here, actually. But I went to college in the US. I did electrical engineering in college, and then my first job was product manager at this drone company called DJI. And that's when I moved back to China. And after 2-3 years of DJI, I just really wanted to build a startup, like using my knowledge to build something that I actually have more control of. Like I still really love DJI and the environment. And I love the people there, taught me a lot, but still it's like the product I made there, I'm just part of like 10,000 people making the product, not really having like much of a say in the product. So I figure like if I build my own company, I would have more of a say. That's like one of the many reasons I started out building my first apps. So the reason why I left DJI was I applied to YC a couple of times during the time when I was working for big corporate. And one of my applications, even though I didn't get into YC, but they sent me an email saying like, you were one of the top 10% applicants, like please do apply again, something like that. So that gave me a little bit of hope, like silver lining, and then that somehow got me enough courage to quit my job, which looking back, it's a very rash decision. But yeah, so I've been building startup for like almost 3-4 years now, like 3.5 years. But my current startup that's like going pretty okay. I started about a year and a half ago. So the previous 2 years, I was basically failing and failing. I was just failing and failing. The first project was an AI meeting note. Before AI was a big thing, so that was in like 2022. And yeah, the reason why that one failed is like taking notes for meeting, at least for my target audience that I was targeting, it isn't that much of a pain point. It's more like, it's more like a vitamin pill than a painkiller. Like it's something people would think that, oh, it's nice to have, but it's not a must-have product. So we built the app for like over a year. We launched it and we have 0 users, 0 income. So that was the biggest mistake we made. So the next time we learned, and that led us to this startup that I'm building. It's AI product photo app, and we do product videos too now. But yeah, so for this one, had our painful lesson last time. So we started out just talking to users first and try to get them to pay before actually writing a single line of code. So we actually have, I think, almost 50 people paying us before we had any product. So we just took the order and we like manually Photoshop a photo for them and sent it back through email. So that was like the first 50 paid users. And then we're like, okay, this is a solid need. We've got to actually build the app now. So things are going okay. Yeah, that's the whole trajectory of my media.
You study electrical engineer, and at some point, I think you were like a singer as well before becoming an electrical engineer?
Not really. It's more like I got part-time jobs singing.
But what made you want to study electrical engineering?
It's so hard to admit it, but in high school, I just thought Iron Man was so cool. I watched a movie like 10 times and I was just like, I gotta become an engineer and build a suit. That's pretty much the biggest drive behind that decision when I was 16. And yeah, I actually did study electrical engineering, and I built race cars in college, electric race cars. So that was fun. But throughout the 4 years, I realized I'm not that good at engineering. I'm probably like, I'd say like 70% good at engineering. I'm probably more good, better at product management or like a little bit more business side of stuff than just pure engineering.
You did manage like 60 people, I believe, for a certain amount of people during your start of your career as well. Like you were managing a lot of projects, right?
Yeah. Like for my first job, well, I definitely started out as like managing 0 people, and then I moved on to one of a bigger project, which was like, the stabilizer where you can clip your phone on it and then you can like rotate it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I think in 2020 I was one of the product managers. So one of the 5 product managers of that product of DJI's phone stabilizer. So that was cool. But I didn't say like I directly manage people. It's more like the way they structure the company is you have people from the mechanical team, the sales team, the marketing team, like engineering team, sales team, marketing team. It can be dispatched to different projects at different times. So I wasn't. It's more like I'm working with them in parallel. It's more than I'm directly managing them. But yeah, like that single project was probably like hundreds of people.
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make the biggest leap on my career, and that's leave my corporate job, something stable, something that like it was very stable, especially during this time. Like what was at that point when you were like, okay, it's time for me to change sceneries, it's time for me to change different avenues, and how was that transition?
Yeah, so it was definitely a really long-term build up. Like it was definitely not like I want to quit my job and then the next day I did it. It was definitely like a whole year of hesitation and like debating with myself. Yeah, so I guess the well, I like one of the biggest driver, like I said, I wanted to have more of a say, a little bit more control of my project. But the other driver was I was trying to like finish up a project I was participating in the company. Yeah, after we launched the product, I thought like, okay, this is a good timing. Like I wrap everything up and I can go now and start my own thing. So yeah, the timing kind of lined up for that one. And when I first quit my job, it definitely started out very exciting. Like the first reaction is definitely exciting. It's like I had a good couple of months. I was just like coding and like just immersing myself in excitement. But after like I think 3 months in, I just become very stressed and anxious because I couldn't raise money. My product wasn't done and I couldn't get any pay users. So it's like everything is going wrong. But yeah, it's definitely like but throughout months and months of trial and error, trying to get pay users. Like there's so many skill sets you need to run a successful business. Like, not just coding. That's what I thought before I quit my job. So that was the only thing I focused on. But then after months of coding, I was just like, oh wait, people won't just show up in your website. Like they won't just show up. And then I started like reaching out to people, and then reaching out to people in itself is a skill set. Like I know you definitely know this the best, right? But in the beginning, I thought that if I send people a message, they would talk to me. But no, that's definitely not true. It really depends on like who are you talking to, what kind of message you're sending out, how many messages you're sending out, that kind of stuff. I really, really like basically learned a lot of skills along the way to make this happen.
Yeah, and I saw one of your articles as well that you wrote about 5 best and newest ways to improve your LLMs. I think one of those that really really caught my eye was the fact that it was I think prompt engineering, fine tuning, and training new LMM, right? But one thing that really stood out was the agent part. New departments are ready to implement agents. What would you say will be the number one or 3 things that they could do to sort of like take a leap from just doing the regular task and implementing an agent in their day to day?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I guess the first and foremost is always focus on your specific use case and like try to map out your current workflow. And agent in itself has a lot of moving pieces already because it's like one model attached to another model. Like it could be there are like 3-4 steps. Like things can go wrong in an agent. So I would definitely say that do it step by step. Like map out the current workflow and see which part in your current workflow is like the most tedious or the least human power needed, and then try to like replace that part of your workflow first, and then slowly like try to see if you can replace like the whole workflow. I would say like that would be my approach. Yeah.
Who would you say, who are the top brand companies who are implementing an AI? They're taking a leap. They're having agents. Like, who would you say are the top companies right now that are doing that and are teaching us actually?
Yeah, I don't really think any really big companies are like actively pushing it yet. Like, I actually follow some TikTok influencers that had like pretty successful agent startups. His company is called Cassidy.ai, but he is one of the, I would say, like pioneers in implementing agents for his clients, and they're not really that big. They're like an early stage startup too. So I think a lot of the efforts now are still either teams within big companies or small startups that are working on agents and they're still trying to like communicate with their clients to understand how it could integrate into their system, because it's a really broad topic. Like, let's say like an agent for writing a marketing article is very different from an agent for like sales assistant, right? So it really depends on your vertical, and the vertical, if there's like AI startups focusing on that vertical to help traditional businesses to implement those agents.
When you first started reaching out to people, how would you go about it? I know that you're on TikTok. I know you're writing articles.
We try out at least 7-8 different kinds of marketing channels. So this could be a whole other video, but I guess I can focus on the ones that worked best for us. So for B2B kind of businesses, B2B services, the best we try is just reaching out on LinkedIn and automatically reaching out on LinkedIn. That got us the most business users so far. Like sending out cold message and try to get them to schedule a meeting with you. That has a really high conversion rate because you have the credibility on LinkedIn. And for B2B, we've tried like emailing people too. The conversion rate was pretty low for us. It was like 3,000 emails. We get like 2 people booking meetings after like 3,000 emails. So it was way worse than LinkedIn. And for kind of marketing channels, we've tried social media, obviously, just posting videos, reposting videos. That one worked the best for us because even though our own videos didn't get that many views, but we were big enough to caught some influencers' attention. So the best thing that happened for us for posting social media is actually other people noticing us and posting about us for free. So our biggest growth was from the influencers posting free content about us. There was one piece of content that went so viral. I think that one video alone got like 300K view and probably got us like $2K in revenue or something. And we ended up paying the free content creator. He posted it for free. Like, he didn't know it was going to go viral either. So we paid them afterwards as to show our gratitude because like it was a happy accident. So yeah, I would definitely say like social media and influencer marketing, of course, because our biggest sales are coming from that. And the third thing is SEO. SEO is very, very, very slow, but it's really steady. For social media and influencer marketing, it's like, it's like a boost, right? Like you post a video, it goes viral, and then it just slowly drops. Yeah. But SEO is kind of like very steady, kind of like so for SEO, we started out like writing 10 articles a month. And then after, I think 6 months, now we're getting from 0 views from SEO to about 100 views from SEO. So it's very, very slow, like 100 clicks. But yeah, that's the time it needs for SEO growth, like 3 to 6 months at least. And one of my friends actually wrote 10 articles per day. And then they managed to get like, well, they have like 5 people writing articles, but they managed to get, I think, 10,000 views in 6 months. Well, if you can write 10 articles per day. So that's something you can try. That's a proven success from my friend's experience.
That is amazing. Influencer marketing, SEO, you doing your own articles, you posting videos about it as well. That sense of personality. Who does Assembo help? What does it do?
Yeah.
And how can companies implement it in their system?
We're producing AI product photos and AI product videos. So most of our target audience is either e-commerce sellers or marketing agencies that are helping other e-commerce sellers to do their marketing campaigns. So third type would be like photographers, designers that are making photos for e-commerce shops, mostly in the e-commerce space. And right now we're trying to expand to a little bit more like not just physical product, because e-commerce is kind of limited to physical product. And we're trying to see what we can do for other, because like our core is still AI produced content, right? Either text or photo or video that drive market growth. So now we're doing it only for e-commerce, but we can definitely apply that for other tech startups like ourselves, because we grew ourselves to this stage and we can use that same methodology to help other people, hopefully. And but currently it's mostly like e-commerce shop owners, e-commerce marketing agencies, e-commerce designers and photographers.
Where does Assembo's growth look like here in the next year or so?
Yeah. So like I said, now we're only focusing on e-commerce people, but we realized that AI marketing content could benefit so many other types of companies. So we're definitely trying to expand to like other types of tech startups that potentially can adopt not just photos, or it could be SEO articles with photos in it. So that would be like our product development, trying out different marketing content that can actually help you growth. For the target audience, we're trying to expand from other types of companies, hopefully. So now we have about 45,000 users. So wow. In the next year, and our revenue is still pretty low, to be honest, because not all people are paying. So our revenue is like $3,000 a month. So it's not really amazing, but next year we're hoping to at least 10x that. So revenue wise, hopefully we can make 30 like in 12 months. And that would be the goal, I think.
If you were to give some advice to founders coming into the new year.
That's a really good question to make me reflect on what is the most important lesson I've learned. And I say, this might sound really cliche, but like just like stay strong. stay strong, stay strong, because it's the thing with startup is like you only need to succeed once. I forgot where I heard the quote from, but in order to succeed that one time, a lot of times you gotta like fail 10 times to succeed one time. Not just running the whole business. It could be like every little thing while running your whole business, like trying out 10 different marketing channels until one actually works, or trying out 10 different coding methods until one actually works. So like while you're failing for 10 times, have faith in yourself. You only need to succeed once.
I feel like a lot of people just give up seeing the bigger picture, but not realizing that a software for it to work, there's a lot of moving parts within that. there's a lot of you need to take into account. Like, do you have your own community, or if people wanted to reach out to you, how could they ask you some questions or get in contact with you?
Well, you can always just comment on my TikTok videos. I do read all of my comments, or DM me. I am thinking about starting a Discord channel, but I don't think I have time to manage that. So I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, but I do read all of my comments, and you can send me emails too if you want. Assembo.ai. Like, we have all of our socials and email there. So
I'll definitely post a link there, post her information there. You guys can definitely reach out to her. Well, Lan, I think you are doing amazing, right? From being a part-time singer to an electric engineer to managing a team, and now building a company that's taking a huge different market segment, like Assembo. I think it's very, very interesting. I wish more than a lot of success to you and your team. You guys are going to grow and continue pushing forward. Thank you so much for coming in today on the show and give us a little bit of insight into like what is going on out there. Any final thoughts from you?
thank you so much for inviting me again. It's been great. It's really nice talking to you. We should do like a reverse interview someday. Like, people need to know more about you.
For sure. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching the Rookie SDR show. It has been an amazing day. This is the first new season, and new episodes will come on. And make sure to stay tuned for some more. Bye.